Welcome to the program. The IEBC says it's all systems go in the Kericho by-elections tomorrow. The electoral body is assuring the voters that preparations are complete.
Is in charge of the elections, technical and the elections operations aspect of the electoral process. It chairs a committee responsible for that. And then we have Commissioner Alawi. Commissioner Alawi is basically the team leader on the part of the commissioners for this by-election. So perhaps he'll be more present for any media interviews, maybe going forward. So, of course, we have colleagues there from IEBC, seated down there. Some of them are IT people. We have voter education people. We have deputy or presiding officers as well, and many others. So, mine is to just say that we are ready for this exercise, and we look forward to a successful by-election in this region. So without much ado, I'll ask the returning officer to give us a briefing in terms of the operational preparedness, after which we'll have questions on any issues that you need clarification. And I'll ask Commissioner Sharawe and Commissioner Alawi, and perhaps myself, if need be, to respond to some of those issues that may arise. So, Sungule, thank you.
Thank you very much, CEO. Commissioners, the CEO, just present, members of the fourth estate, my colleagues, good morning and welcome to Kericho County Tallying Center. As has been said by our CEO here, I will run you through the level of preparedness for this by-election. However, just to begin, I would like to give you a brief introduction and clarification of facts so that moving forward, we are all moving at the same pace and in terms of understanding, and particularly when it comes to facts and figures, so that, ladies and gentlemen, we are able to report correctly moving forward. So I just want to start by saying that we cleared 6 candidates. We cleared 6 candidates for this by-election, and those include Mr. Paul Kipyegon Sigei of UDM, Aaron Kipkurui Cheruyot of Wycliffe Kipkemoi Ngeno of MDP, Daniel Kipkorir Tonui of NVP, Mutai David Kipkoech of ND, and Kipkorir Marisin Sang of KANU. So there are not 2 candidates, there are 6 candidates, because we have had instances where people are reporting that we have 2 candidates in this by-election. Now, our tallying centers are distributed all over the constituency. As has been said by our CEO, we have 6 constituencies in this county. 6 constituencies, each with a tallying center, which you must know, so that in case you want to, for your better reporting, you can be able to access and have facts and information specific to those constituencies. For the county tallying center, we'll have our tallying center here. We will show you later. It's just down here. It will be at Kericho T School. That is where the county returning officer sits, and that is where the tallying of all the 6 constituency data will be done. In Kipkelion East, the tallying center will be at Londiani Town Hall. Kipkelion West will be at Kipkelion Town Hall. That is where the tallying center will be. Ainamoi, which is the constituency that hosts us here, will have its tallying center at Kericho Day Secondary. In fact, as has been said by the communication officer, we intend to be very brief here and then move to Ainamoi, where we will have a chance to see how we are distributing these materials, probably have a chance to look at how we are breaking our ballot and look at the ballot papers and how we distribute them. So we'll have a chance to go to Kericho Day Secondary School, which is the tallying center of Ainamoi. Bureti constituency, St. Kizito Litein, Bureti constituency, the tallying center will be at St. Kizito, Litein. Belgood constituency, the tallying center will be at Sosiot Girls Secondary School. And then finally, Sigowet Soin constituency will have its tallying center at Moi Kapsitet Secondary School.
Well, that is part of the address given by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission earlier this morning from Kericho, giving details on their state of operational preparedness for tomorrow's exercise. That is the senatorial by-elections that will be taking place in the county. And joining us now is Murimi Mwangi, who's part of KTN News team, bringing you comprehensive coverage of the by-election. Murimi, if you can hear me, what is the latest from Kericho?
Good afternoon, Sharon. We are here at Kericho Day School, which is the tallying center in Moi constituency. 117 polling stations are here in this constituency, of course, that forming part of the larger 263 polling stations across the country, if I can just confirm from the commissioner here. Yeah, so it's right here that they are distributing the crucial voting materials to the various polling stations across the constituency and, of course, across the county, as the voters here, the over 290,000 registered voters in this county, prepare to go to the polls tomorrow to elect a new senator. But, of course, to shed some more light on that issue, I have with me here one of the IEBC commissioners, Mr. Mohammed Alawi. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, please.
What preparations are there for the by-election that the Kericho voters are set to undertake tomorrow? And perhaps at what time do we expect the polling stations to open and what time perhaps to close?
One very important thing is that our operations are in top gear. We are here at Ainamoi. This is one of the 6 distribution centers for this county. We hope by evening today, all the material that you see behind me here will be in their polling center. Our officers who have been adequately trained will be spending a night in the polling center, and they will be able to open the polling centers tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the morning for the first voter in respective 117 for this particular area to vote.
Now, throughout the campaign period, one thing that we've seen is at some point some chaos due to the competition that is there for this senatorial seat. In terms of security, what preparation is there to ensure that as the voters go to the polling stations, they are assured of their safety, and ultimately, after the voting exercise, even the voting material will get safely to the tallying centers?
We have liaised with the security agencies in the area. We have about over 1,300 security personnel that will be deployed in our 23 polling centers tomorrow. So we are very confident, and we have the assurance that we'll have enough security officers to make sure that the voting is not only smooth but also safe and secure.
Now, one of the key parties that is participating in this by-election, the KANU party, has at some point in the campaign raised concern that there might be alleged claims that there are plans to rig this by-election. Have you received any such complaint, and perhaps what's the information from the IEBC?
We have not received any such complaint, but we also hear them from the media the way you are informing us. But for sure, IBC is one commission that has demonstrated its ability in the last 47 by-election that we do not lean or rig elections. Our work is to facilitate and to make sure that the people of Kericho's voice is heard. We are here to assure them that the voice of the Kericho people will determine this race. Other forces.
Now, this by-election is happening barely 17 months to the 2017 polls. And of course, many Kenyans are out there looking up to this exercise as a litmus test of the credibility of the commission. What would you tell the voters, not just in Kericho, but even across the country with regards to the credibility of the exercise that we are conducting tomorrow here in Kericho?
Today we have 2 by-elections, one here in Kericho and another one in Malindi. And we can tell Kenyans that we have conducted more than 47 by-elections, and our systems have matured. Our training manuals have proven to be working, and that we are going to deliver a very good credible and a very transparent election to the satisfaction of the people of Kericho and Kenyans at large.
Now, finally, before I let you go, Commissioner, there's a question that many voters here in Kericho have been asking. The voter registration exercise is ongoing across the country, but due to this by-election that is here and in Malindi, are not participating in the voter registration exercise. Perhaps do we know a date when the voters in this county will be registering as voters ahead of the 2017
we will
polls?
do it soon after. For a date that will be announced, but we can give them assurance that the people of Malindi and the people of Kericho County, they will have their 30 days, and the people of Lamu also will also have their 30 days of registration exercise. We have the facilities and the money set aside for the exercise, and we are going to ask them to come in large numbers, not only tomorrow to vote, also when we open the exercise for registration, for them to come and register.
Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Mohamed Alawi.
Thank you very much.
Now, that has been Commissioner Mohamed Alawi of the IEBC shedding some more light on this by-election that is set to take place here in Kericho. 6 candidates are contesting that position that fell vacant following the appointment of Charles Keter to the cabinet, the immediate former senator. And of course, it is a by-election that many are keenly watching, only in the political circles, but across the country, given that it's happening very few months before the 2017 general elections. Back to you, Sharon, in the studio.
Well, thank you very much, Murimi Mwangi there, bringing us the latest developments from Kericho County, a county that is just counting hours before, citizens go to the ballot to elect their next senator. And earlier on, Murimi had actually prepared a report just interrogating the politics of the Kericho by-election in light of the 2017 general election. Let's take a look at that report.
Throughout his 24 years at the helm of the country's top office, retired President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi's Rift Valley backyard was arguably the most tightly knit votes basket, and the Jogoo Party was the unrivaled political wagon of the region. Fast forward to 14 years since Moi's exit from power, and the hotly contested March 7th Kericho senatorial by-election has ferociously cracked open the deep-rooted power struggles in the South Rift and exposed a vicious political outfit which has quietly been mutating in the region, bringing together a host of Jubilee rebels led by Bomet Governor Isaac Ruto, and now this man, Baringo Senator Gideon Moi. This barely 17 months to the August 2017 general election.
Because the eyes are on the prize. And the 2017 election is not the ultimate thing that the duel we are seeing in the Rift Valley is focused on. Actually, all this is in a way focused on the succession politics post Uhuru Kenyatta.
Tarehe 7 mwezi wa 3 tunataka kuambia Kenya ya kwamba Jubilee ndio inataka kuunganisha jamii zote za Kenya, ndio tuweze kujenga taifa ambayo kitafaa kila Mkenya.
But we don't want to be told every day, kaeni hivyo hivyo, ngojeni tuwe rais 2017 na 2022. 2017 nani amekuambia tutakupigia kura? Kwani uko na kura yetu tayari?
The rivalry between the two Rutos was at first widely blamed on a deep political suspicion in Bomet politics, where such Jubilee political heavyweights as National Assembly Deputy Speaker Joyce Laboso and former Konein MP Julius Kipyegon Kones are eyeing the governor's seat. But the humiliating defeat of the Jubilee coalition in the recent Nyangore's civic by-election by the little-known People's Patriotic Party, affiliated to the Bomet governor, has revitalized the supremacy wars between the two Rutos, shockwaves that have now found the perfect landing in the ongoing campaigns in Kericho.
Wants to pick.
But according to political analyst Javas Bigambo, Isaac Ruto may have a bigger ambition up his sleeves, running all the way to 2022.
The Nyangeres by-election in the ward, in a way, has fueled the Bomet governor to show that actually, if he tries hard enough, then he could cause a stir. And that is what even Gideon Moi is bagging on. That if it was possible in Nyangaresi, then it's also possible in Kericho.
Mtu anaenda upinzani kwa bahati mbaya. Hawa wengine wanasema tupange tuende upinzani makusudi. Kwani wanaona sisi ni wajinga?
Mimi sijasema mimi nataka kuwa deputy president. Aja. Mimi nataka tu kukaa kama governor ama ni retire, I sit on the floor.
Analysts argue that the deputy president is under intense pressure to deliver the Kericho senatorial seat, as a loss to KANU would viciously awaken the Jogoo, in which case all credit would go to Gideon Moi and earn him points to possibly outdo the deputy president as the de facto power broker of the Rift region.
And that itself may just be the door that he needed to venture into the critical mass for his positioning for 2022.
All we are saying is that we want those leaders who made promises to our people to keep their promises.
But keen not to be written off the South Rift equation is the total man Nicholas Kipiator Biwott, alongside minister in the KANU administration, whose National Vision Party has sponsored a candidate in the Kericho by-election, former Kipkelian MP Bishop Daniel Tanui. But his campaign has been dwarfed by the fierce face-off between the KANU and Jubilee brigades.
Siasa yako ni ya maendeleo na kufanya kazi pamoja.
The total man, Nicholas Biwott, had his time in the sun. And maybe he seems in a way to forget that the times have changed, the ground has shifted.
In the by-election, 30-year-old Aaron Cheriot of the Jubilee Coalition and KANU's Paul Sang, a former health minister and 2 times Bureti MP, have emerged as the top contenders for the seat which fell vacant following the appointment of former Senator Charles to the cabinet.
Pigia kura Kiptoyot ni kama pia umemwandika kazi yule kijana wako wako kwa nyumba ambaye huwa unamuombea kila siku.
Mimi siendi Senate kufanyia kazi serikali. Hapana. Mimi naenda kuwafanyia kazi.
Back in Kericho, the race between Aaron Cheriot and Paul Sang to get here at the Senate has of course given the greatest opportunity for the Jogoo party to crow yet again. But this time, not without ruffling feathers with the Jubilee coalition that wants to retain its clinch on the votes in the Rift region ahead of the 2017 general election. Muremi Mwangi, KTN News, Nairobi.
Right, and from that focus on the Kericho by-elections, we now want to cross over to Malindi, where the constituency will also be having its by-elections to have the next member of parliament from that particular constituency tomorrow. We have our team there. Nicholas Wambua is ready for us with the latest. Nicholas.
Tomorrow's Malindi election, that is for the Malindi constituency. And as you can see, it is taking place whereby the officers in various polling stations are receiving their materials today. That is the BVR kits and the vote boxes. That is the boxes today. They're receiving the materials today as they head to their various polling stations. And a lot has been happening since yesterday, and today is expected to have more of the activity, whereby tomorrow the elections are going to be starting at 6. That is according to the IEBC, up to about 5 p.m., whereby they'll have enough time to count the votes, and they'll be announcing the winner at 8 p.m. So today, materials are leaving to their various stations today. Today they will be heading to their various stations, and as per the IEBC, about 55,000 voters are expected to take place, or in them they're registered for the voting. That is according to the 2013 registered or gazetted register, and about 50% are expected to be voting. That is of the 55,000. So today I am joined here by the man who will be announcing the winner tomorrow. That is Karani, and he is going to talk to us about most of the things that the IEBC is expected to do tomorrow, and maybe give us 1 or 2, 3 of what IEBC is expecting. Thank you very much, Karani, and welcome. What are we expecting from IEBC in this particular by-election?
What we are going to give Kenyans and the Malindi residents and voters in this particular by-election, we are going to give them a free and fair election. As you can see, preparations are on course. Campaigns ended yesterday. The presiding officers and deputy presiding officers are here to collect their materials to proceed to the polling stations. In less than an hour's time, we shall be holding the final brief with the security agents so that they can accompany the presiding officers to the stations.
What's the state of security in this particular by-election, and what does it mean?
You understand that the coast belt has some security challenges. For this particular by-election, we have in place 200 police officers who will be going to man the 100 polling stations. We shall also have a contingent of around 20 officers at the tallying center. Of course, I'm also aware that there's backup around the polling stations. That is apart from the police officers who will be at the station. There's also enough backup.
Thank you very much, Karan. We are going to be getting back to you for more information during the day. Thank you. So that is a lot of information that we have here from the IEBC, and that this particular by-election in Malindi is going to be meaning a lot to the ODM and the Jubilee coalition. But we understand that ODM is said to be the party, or that is called, is going to be said to be the coalition of this area, that is the coast region. And if the Jubilee is going to win this election, thereby it is going to mean that Jubilee is going to be penetrating into the code, it is called the code main area. And if then ODM is going to win or code, it means that code will be dominating the seat in this area. Back to you, Sharon.
Well, thank you so much, Nicholas, for that update. We now take a short break here on Weekend at 1. I'll be back with more news. Thank you for staying with us. You're watching Weekend at 1. Wilfred Kimetei and Valentine Kipketer are the winners of this year's First Lady Half Marathon that took place in Nairobi, pocketing 750,000 shillings each. The marathon also saw the First Lady Margaret Kenyatta take part in the 10 kilometers race, which she completed in 1 hour and 42 minutes. Here is part of the action from the marathon.
Yakiwa ni mashindano ya makala ya 3 ya mashindano ya marathon ya mama wa taifa, makala ya 3 mwaka huu 2016. Wakiingia kabisa, wanariadha wa kimataifa wanaingia bila shaka hapa katika uwanja huu.
Wakiingia, makofi wa Kenya. Tumkaribishe mama wa taifa wa Jamhuri ya Kenya na mama wa taifa wa Jamhuri ya Rwanda. Mbio! Karibu mama taifa kumaliza mbio za kilomita 10. Karibu sana. Karibu mama wa taifa. Karibu sana mama wa taifa wa Jamhuri.
Some great action right there with our First Lady, Margaret Kenyatta, leading that pack of people who are running for a good cause. And it is with that we close today's edition of Weekend at 1. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sharon Momani. Good afternoon.